As we grow older, we become more aware of the fleeting nature of time. Our bodies change, our minds shift, and sometimes even the way we interact with the world around us transforms in ways we never expected. But what if I told you that some of the habits we develop in our golden years, habits that we might not even notice, are actually making the people we love and care about uncomfortable? These habits aren't the kind of things anyone ever talks about. We don't have conversations about them at the dinner table, and we definitely don't receive tips on how to avoid them. Yet, they can create invisible barriers between us and the people we care about the most. And it's these small, uncomfortable moments that can sometimes de-isolate us when we don't even realize it. Today, we're going to talk about 10 of these habits. Habits that, while natural, may be causing more strain than we realize. Habits that, when left unchecked, can make the people around us feel uneasy, frustrated, or even hurt. But the good news is, awareness is the first step toward change. This video isn't about criticizing anyone. It's about helping us all understand how we can age with grace, dignity, and awareness, so we can continue to thrive in our relationships and our lives. So, let's dive in and take a closer look at these 10 habits that might be silently affecting you and those around you. Habit 1. Reluctance to adapt to change. As we age, there's a natural tendency to resist change. Technology, for example, can feel overwhelming. It's hard to adapt to new tools, new systems, and even new ways of communicating. It's not just about the physical challenges, but the emotional resistance to a world that's moving faster than we can keep up with. This resistance to change, while understandable, can make others uncomfortable. The unwillingness to embrace new ideas can sometimes alienate loved ones who may not know how to bridge the gap between the past and the present. Habit 2. Becoming stubborn. As we grow older, we often develop a deep sense of pride in our independence. And that's a beautiful thing. But sometimes, this can cross the line into stubbornness. We can become fixated on doing things our way, even when it's no longer in our best interest. This stubbornness can be frustrating for those around us, especially when it's in the face of clear expert advice. But it's a habit that develops slowly, often without us realizing how it's affecting those we love. Habit 3. Oversharing personal details. As we age, we often become less concerned with societal expectations of privacy. We may feel the need to share our entire life story, including things that might make others uncomfortable. While this isn't done with malice, it can make others feel uncomfortable. Boundaries blur, and we forget that not everyone needs to know every detail of our past. Habit 4. Being overly critical or negative. Another common habit is becoming overly critical or negative. It's easy to look back on life and feel disappointed about the way things turned out. But when negativity becomes a constant, it can be draining for those around us. While it's understandable to have regrets, constantly focusing on what's wrong rather than what's right can strain relationships. The truth is, no one wants to be around someone who is constantly negative. Habit 5. Being inflexible in daily routines. Routine becomes increasingly important as we age, but sometimes we get so attached to our routines that we refuse to adjust even when it's no longer practical. Whether it's insisting on eating at a certain time, doing things in a specific order, or following outdated habits, this rigidness can make life harder for both us and our caregivers. Our attachment to the familiar can be comforting, but we must learn to adapt in order to stay connected to the people around us. Habit 6. The need for constant attention. As we age, we may feel more isolated or invisible. This can lead to a habit of seeking constant attention from those around us. We crave interaction, validation, and reassurance. But for those around us, it can feel overwhelming, especially if they're juggling other responsibilities. It's important to recognize when our need for attention starts to feel like an obligation to others. Seeking balance in these moments can help prevent feelings of resentment or burnout. Habit 7. Speaking too loudly or too quietly. Hearing changes are common with age, but they can sometimes lead to awkward social situations. Speaking too loudly can make others uncomfortable, while speaking too softly can isolate us. It's a habit that can be hard to notice, but awareness can help us adjust our volume to make conversations more pleasant for everyone. Habit 8. Becoming too dependent on others. While it's normal to need help as we age, some seniors develop the habit of becoming overly dependent on others for tasks they could still manage on their own. This can cause frustration for caregivers and loved ones, who may feel burdened by the constant need for assistance. It's important to maintain a sense of independence for as long as possible, even in small ways. This not only helps us feel empowered, but also reduces the strain on those around us. Habit 9. Talking about death too much. As we age, we naturally begin to think more about our mortality. But when we talk about death too frequently, it can make others uncomfortable, especially if they don't know how to respond. It's natural to think about our legacy and how we'll be remembered, but balance is key. Focusing too much on death can create an emotionally heavy atmosphere for those around us. Habit 10. Refusing to acknowledge our own aging. Finally, one of the hardest habits to break is refusing to acknowledge our own aging. Whether it's denying the need for glasses, resisting a walker, or pretending we're still physically capable of things we used to do, this denial can create tension between us and our loved ones. It's important to embrace our aging process and seek help when needed. Doing so allows us to live with dignity while also respecting the concerns of those who care about us. Aging is a journey, one that can be filled with wisdom, reflection, and growth. But with that growth comes change, and with change comes the need for understanding, not only of ourselves, but also of the way we impact those around us. We may not always be aware of the habits that form as we age, but acknowledging them is the first step in preserving our connections with the people we care about. It's never too late to make small adjustments, to be more mindful of the way we engage with the world, and to embrace change with an open heart. It's these small adjustments, these moments of self-awareness, that allow us to age with dignity, grace, and love. We're not perfect, and no one expects us to be. But when we make the effort to understand how our habits affect others, we can build stronger, more fulfilling relationships, no matter our age. If we approach aging with a willingness to learn, adapt, and grow, we can make this chapter of life not just bearable, but beautiful. So, as you move forward, take a moment to reflect on your habits. Are there ways you can connect more deeply with those around you? Are there small changes you can make to age with more understanding and love? If this video resonated with you, I encourage you to share it with someone who may benefit from this conversation. We all have a role to play in creating more open, honest discussions about aging, because the more we understand each other, the better we can navigate this journey together. If you're looking for more advice and strategies to live a vibrant, fulfilling life as you age, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue this journey together. And remember, no matter where you are in life, it's never too late to grow, change, and improve. Together, we can all age gracefully.